She said they came to democratize finance, to eliminate the abusive fees suffocating us. But behind this smiling face, Brazilian authorities found something else entirely. An alleged billion-dollar money laundering machine, powered not by bankers, but by Brazil's most dangerous cartel. This is the story of how the First Capital Command, the PCC, went from a prison-born gang in the 1990s to controlling banks, elections, and entire economies without even firing a shot. They laundered money, bought bus lines, infiltrated city councils, and then they tried to disappear behind a new mask, crypto. How do you stop a criminal empire that controls your bank account? To understand how we got here, we need to go back. Way back. It began in blood, October 1992, the Carandiru massacre. 111 prisoners shot dead by military police during a riot. It would become one of the darkest stains on Brazil's justice system. In the aftermath, a group of inmates in São Paulo's brutal penitentiary system came together. Not for justice, but for power. They call themselves the Primeiro Comando da Capital, the First Capital Command, PCC. What began as a protection pact quickly evolved into something else. Inside the chaos, PCC became organized, structured, and ruthless. Their motto? Liberty, justice, and peace. But what they delivered was murder, extortion, and control. Through violence and fear, the PCC extended their reach beyond prison walls. They moved into the favelas, took control of trafficking routes, set up operations in Bolivia, Paraguay, even Africa and Europe. Cocaine corridors became pipelines of power. They weren't just killing rivals. They were building a network. Horizontal, autonomous, decentralized. Like a criminal version of Silicon Valley. This wasn't the era of Pablo Escobar anymore. The PCC didn't want to be seen. They wanted to blend in. And they learned how to move their billions without raising alarms. By the 2010s, the PCC had evolved. No longer just traffickers or killers, they were businessmen. They began washing dirty cash through legal businesses, construction firms, car dealerships, real estate, even city services like garbage collection and mass transit. What shocked us wasn't just the scale, it was the invisibility. You ride a bus in São Paulo and don't realize it's funded by cocaine profits. Authorities say PCC operatives used two of the city's biggest private bus companies, serving 700,000 daily riders, as money-washing tools. Dirty money in, government contracts out. Profit doubled. Over 1,000 gas stations, dozens of construction firms, even campaign finance. Every real business became a front. People still think organized crime means Escobar and thrones made of bullets. But this is a newer, quieter way. It's a corporate cartel. They don't need to hide bodies. They need to balance the books. But they weren't just adapting. They were innovating. And in 2020, the PCC made their next move into the digital world. She was the face of innovation. Mati Obam, age 24, CEO of Brazil's first crypto bank, 4T Bank, a startup on a mission to revolutionize access to finance. Their pitch was simple. No more banks stealing from the poor. Crypto for the people. Accessibility, empowerment, the usual promises of disruption. But behind the crypto lingo, authorities say 4T Bank was running something far more dangerous. A money laundering engine for Brazil's most powerful gang. At the center, João Gabriel de Melo Yamawaki, a 47-year-old businessman with no official ties to the company, but complete operational control. To the outside world, he was a self-made success story. But inside encrypted chats, prosecutors say he coordinated with Fabiana Manzini, wife of a prison PCC commander, to fund political campaigns and wash cartel cash through fake fintechs. Over $1 billion moved through unregistered institutions in São Paulo alone. According to Brazilian police, tens of millions were tied directly to the PCC. On November 8, 2023, a key informant in the case was gunned down at the international airport. Executed, prosecutors say, for cooperating with investigators. Even more chilling, the bank wasn't just about laundering money. It was about buying influence. Authorities uncovered WhatsApp messages discussing plans to elect 3 council members across São Paulo. One of them, Marie Obama, Madi's own mother. The entire operation was nearly invisible. The front, a digital bank. The power, political access. The endgame, take over the very institutions meant to stop them. I had to run the math 3 times. Over 1.5 billion in assets linked to one startup. I didn't believe what I was seeing. In the aftermath, 13 were detained. Dozens more remain at large. But the damage was already done. And Brazil isn't alone. The age of crypto cartels is here. Criminal networks no longer hide drugs in trucks. They hide identities in code. They don't need guns to control the system. They just need your trust and a login. While authorities scrambled to trace the fallout from 4T Bank, a new front opened in the war on digital crime. A startup born in Brazilian tech hub, VAS, was built to follow the money, on-chain and off. They tracked the blockchain like crime scene investigators following footprints in blood. It's not enough to know the wallet address. You need to know who's behind it and what they're doing in both worlds. Today, identity is fragile. Criminals can buy deepfake kits like fast food, hack a system, clone your mom's voice, forge death, simulate life, and vanish all without a trace. Brazil has already seen the warning signs. Public databases breached, ransomware attacks on national systems, and yet 75% of public institutions still lack basic digital defenses. If you can't trust what you see or hear, then what's left to believe? The PCC isn't just a cartel. It's a case study in the future of crime. Decentralized, digital, and dangerously quiet. We thought crime ended with a gunshot. Now, it ends with a keystroke. To stop tomorrow's cartels, we'll need more than police. We'll need firewalls.